Tauruses, welcome to your weekly reading for May 20th to the 27th. We're going to be taking a look into the energies of the mind, the heart, and spirit, as well as relationships. This is Catherine with Oracle Intuitions. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So this is a general reading for all Taurus placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, you are welcome, but please keep in mind that this is towards the Taurus placements in your life, so they may not resonate with you specifically. All right, so just everybody just take what resonates, take what doesn't, throw it away. All right, so we're going to start off with the energies of the mind. So what we're going to be doing is this is going to be things that we could be focusing in on, or energies that are surrounding us that are putting our placement towards them, okay? Our mind, shift, or energies that we may be focusing in on. First thing coming through is breathe. Second one coming in is flexible. Third card coming through is go the distance. All right. So just looking at this right away, I do feel that for some of you, this has to do with some sort of situation that may be going on within your life, or that's about to be coming in through your life. But what it's really saying, I do feel frustration in here. Okay. I am getting a frustrated energy. I feel like the reason for that frustrated energy is because of the fact that you may have to be flexible. So this could be something coming in regards to work or career, maybe perhaps relationships. For some of you, remember, we are going to be going deeper into relationships, but it kind of feels like you're going to be in this place where you're wanting to go that distance. It almost feels like this energy of you wanting to get things done or accomplish something. And it feels to some degree something's holding you back. Now, the reason for this holding back could be because of a lack of flexibility. All right. Maybe there has to be some sort of compromise that's coming through here. Maybe you have to, let some areas toward this go, or focus in on certain areas in order to accomplish the big picture. A lot of times what we want to do is we want to bring everything together right away and make everything work. And it kind of feels like there may be some areas that you're going to have to just let go of and breathe at the moment. Maybe not everything, needs to be accomplished in one task or in one momentum or one swift motion, whatever it is. So let's get some clarification and see what's happening here. We're going to be doing 3 shuffles. Whoa. I'm going to take that one. Right, first card coming through. Yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the kind of what I was saying. It's like accomplishing something, okay? This could have to do with most definitely a business. It could have to do with work. It even could be, towards building some sort of firm or stable foundation for yourself within your life, all right? Maybe for some of you, you're in this place of wanting some abundance to come through. It kind of feels like for some of you, you might have been going through either a really busy period or even a period where might have been, like I said before, frustrated, again, kind of wanting to accomplish something. You're wanting to bring in a level of abundance, but it may not have been flowing, as much as you had wanted it to flow. And it kind of feels like you need to take a step and breathe, okay? And again, I'm really getting this energy here that it's like you can't build a whole house in one step, okay? You got to start with the foundation. You got to start with the walls. You got to start with, the little things, right? And that's what I kind of feel is happening here. In order to reach that abundance, there needs to be levels. There needs to be steps. And I kind of feel like you're trying to make everything go at once, but it may not be happening. And this could be that sign from Spirit saying that you've got to be, you're going to go the distance, but there's a way to do it, all right? We also have the 7 of Swords coming through. So it talks about a loss of peace of mind, personal freedom. Again, I'm really getting this energy here, excuse me, that for some of you, this could have to do, with the loss of a relationship. I'm also getting, if this does have to do with a relationship, what I'm kind of getting here is that you're trying to make everything really happen at once. Now, this could have been due to a disappointment or, again, a frustration that I picked up before. And now that may be moved out of the way, or it may have ended in some form, you're trying to rebuild something else, okay? So this could be trying to rebuild a relationship with somebody else, but again, you're going all about it in one swift movement. It's kind of like, well, I don't want to just date. I don't want to just meet somebody. I don't want to, go through those steps that I did before. I just want to be in a relationship. I just want to be married, or, again, I just want whatever it is. But whatever it was may have taken away that loss of peace of mind. All right. It also says here, make sure you're being honest with yourself, right? Be honest with yourself. Are you really seeking what it is that you're desiring, or are you going for it because of the fact that there was a loss in some way or towards something? We also have here the Lovers. Yeah, so I do feel that for some of you this could have to do with a relationship. All right, and it does talk about making choices from the heart. All right, and especially with that Seven of Swords coming in, and it did talk about keeping secrets, right? Not being honest with yourself. And when we have that Lovers card come through, it really does talk about honesty, but honesty from the heart. What is it that you want? What is it that you're desiring? But you have to go through it or to it from a place of the heart, not within the head. So if your head is in this place of, well, I just had this loss, or I'm going to show them that I can do better, or, this isn't the right place to be coming from. All right. I kind of feel like what Spirit is saying here, if you want to go the distance, you have to take the right steps in order to do it. We also have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords talks really about honesty, being very truthful, not, putting up with, let's put it bluntly, not putting up with bullshit, right? But it does talk about brilliant, experienced, humorous, releasing situations or people that no longer serve you. Now, when we talk about that with that Queen of Swords, it's kind of like making that clean cut, okay? And especially if you're trying to go towards something, whether it's a relationship or not, but again, holding on to old energy. So you're not being honest with yourself. It kind of feels that there is this energy of, I'm going to, show them up, right? Or I'm going to be abundant, in order to prove a point. But that's not why we need to do things. It's good to have that motivation, right, of bettering ourselves, but we don't want to do it to be in this place of being trying to show others up, or or even being in this place of trying to create something new because of old energy, or you're trying to get somebody to look at you in a different light. It's like that scenario of, walking into your ex, right? Walking down the street and walking into your ex. You want them to be able to look at you and go, wow, they did good for themselves. Look how great they are. Look how accomplished they are, all of that energy. But you have to do this for yourself, not for other people, or not to, show up some sort of other energy, right? We have the Sun. So again, I do feel this energy of that things are trying to go the distance, but again, you need to take it slow. You need to take it one at a time. And here's the thing: if the opportunity is presenting itself, take it, right? Take that opportunity. And I do feel that has to, is coming through in here, especially with that flexible. All right. Especially with that flexible, I do feel if the opportunity presents itself, allow yourself to be in a place to be flexible to receive it. Allow yourself to be in this place of going, yeah, I see that this is a good opportunity. Again, whether this is relationships or whether this has to do with career or whatever aspect in your life. But we have to have that open space in order to allow it to come through. And through this process, it allows us to go that distance. We also have here the World coming through. So this is really, when we have the World coming in, this can be talking about ending old cycles, but it also really talks about success, right? You've come to a place of, you want to be proud of yourself by ending old cycles. So especially if this has been a pattern within yourself, and only you're going to be able to know that, right? Only you're going to know if this is a pattern that you typically repeat. So not everybody does, right? It's a general reading. But if there are areas that you tend to repeat a pattern in, again, just because somebody broke up with you doesn't mean you have to run out and get a new relationship. Maybe take some time, take a look at yourself, take a look at what, is going to be better for you, or what's going to help you better yourself in some form. Okay? And we have the Three of Swords. Allow yourself to grieve. Okay? Allow yourself to go through the grieving process of whatever is necessary. And a lot of times what we tend to do is we bury stuff, right? We bury it. And that's where this Seven of Swords comes in, is maybe you aren't being honest with yourself. A lot of times we get into this place, especially when there's a loss of some sort, or maybe perhaps a separation, or maybe perhaps, something isn't going exactly the way that we want it to go. We tend to not be honest with ourselves. And again, not everybody, but it's that place of, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go find something else. I'm just going to go do this, or I'm just going to, whatever. But this is really talking about allow yourself to go through that grieving process, whatever it is. It doesn't mean that you have to be, grieving for years or days or months or, weeks or anything like that. But allow yourself to acknowledge the loss of whatever it is, or the disappointment of whatever it is. It doesn't need to be a loss, but maybe perhaps a disappointment. Recognize what it is that may have brought you to that place, okay? Whether it's within yourself, whether it's within other people. A lot of times we tend to neglect or push aside our own flaws within a situation, and that's very common, right? So what this is saying is allow yourself to take some time to be in that place of being able to look at ourselves, being able to look at the situation, go through the grieving process, be honest with yourself, and then move ahead, go that distance. Because I really feel like what Spirit is saying to you is what you're trying to achieve, or what you're trying to bring forth in that level of abundance is here for you. But what's happening is that you're repeating a cycle of some sort, and you're maybe trying to build on something too quickly or too fast. Again, if that opportunity presents itself, go for it, right? Be flexible, be allowing yourself to open up to it. But at the same time, you don't need to accomplish it all at once. So let's get one more card here. We have that Five of Wands. So it says conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions, right? Because we have this flexible card coming in. Especially if you're trying to push something forward, all right? If you're trying to push something forward, some other person or the situation may not be ready for it at that particular time. There may need to be that element of going slow, especially if it's a relationship. If you're trying to, create a relationship when somebody's not quite there, they're not quite ready, what's going to happen? It's going to bring us back to a level of disappointment, or a level of, grieving in some way. And it could even bring in a level of our own personal self-esteem. All right. So what Spirit is saying to you is take the steps that are necessary. Go slow within this process. Allow yourself to be in a place of being being flexible and accepting of new situations. We have the look at this, the Nine of Cups, wishes come true. I felt like I had to pull another card. I really did. And I feel like this is what Spirit is saying. By taking things, that one step at a time, being flexible, working within the situation, it really talks about your wishes coming true, right? The Nine of Cups is like that wishing well, throwing a coin into the wishing well, or having that, magic thing here. You know what I mean? Lantern, right? And having faith that things are going to happen for you, but you don't need to rush it. You can take your time. All right, so let's take a quick look at relationships and seeing what's happening for you, Taurus. All right, let's see what's going on with our relationships. Okay, so we're going to start out with the fortune telling cards. I actually like these cards. They're pretty, and they're pretty accurate too. So we're going to start off with these. Then we're going to put in some Kipper and some Tarot and see what's coming through. First card coming in, we have the Cracker. Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune awaits. And this is exactly what I was feeling with that Nine of Cups energy, right? It feels like something good is trying to come through, but again, I don't feel that there's a rush in it in some way. We also have the Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care of your health. So I feel like, again, you have to go through some sort of process of letting something go, especially if this has to do with some sort of past relationship, all right? Let it end. Let it end before you take those next steps forward is what I keep feeling in here. And for some of you, again, there does seem to be this energy of well, you know, I'm just going to show them, I'll just go into another relationship and this person will be better and this person will be, you know, whatever, and they'll see how happy I am. But you can't enter a relationship, you know, in those circumstances, right? Not only is it not fair to you, but it's also not fair to the person that you may be entering a relationship with. It's got to be a form of, you know, purity, right? If you really want a new relationship, it's got to be in that form of purity. And we have the angels. The angels are guiding and protecting you on this spiritual journey. What I'm really getting here with relationships, Taurus, is it does feel like this energy of starting to take a look at relationships in a new sense or a new form. Again, I really feel like something is trying to come forward, or someone might be trying to present themselves. This may even be a new relationship that you've entered into, or maybe a new beginning within a relationship, but you can't rush it. Okay, and I'm really getting this rushing. I feel like with this coughing, it's like the World card, end an old cycle. Okay, maybe approach things in a new way with that flexibility card that we had coming through before. There may be a new way that you need to approach something or allow something to happen. And I do get a very natural energy with this, like allowing things to happen in a natural energy. We have the mature man coming in. You know what's interesting is I see this card, and I actually feel, and again, we're going to be clarifying, but what I feel with this mature man is approach things in a mature fashion. Okay? And it's not saying that anybody is immature in any way, but what we need to do is really look at the situation. Again, allow those natural endings to happen. You know, allow ourselves that grieving process, allow ourselves to end old cycles. And this is the mature way to handle a new relationship. And I do feel that this is what needs to happen. We also, look at this, we have marriage coming through. And we have the courthouse. Okay. So, you know what I'm getting here? Especially with that courthouse coming through. I mean, for some of you, this literally could be talking about a marriage that could be coming your way. Or meeting somebody, you know, or having that person, however this is, within your life that does want to enter into this marriage contract, okay? Or, you know, some sort of form of marriage contract. I'm also getting, though, too, that for some of you, there may be some sort of old energy, again, with that courthouse coming through, that there needs to be, it could be an ending of a marriage, okay? Again, an ending of a situation, but it needs to be handled in a mature manner. And I really feel this very strongly throughout this whole reading, is that there needs to be that flexibility, that maturity coming through, whether this is you or somebody else. But let's get some clarification and see. So let's clarify that mature man. Yeah, 8 of Cups. Okay, 8 of Cups. I feel like, you know, there may be a need to move on, and this is exactly what it says, right? The need to move on, seeking more than what, you know, seeking more from life than what you have experienced. All right, doing it in a way that is going to allow you the abundance that you're seeking. But I do feel that there needs to be some old habits, some old cycles that need to be dropped. They need to be let go of. They need to be reassessed. Okay, I feel like there needs to be a reassessment in perhaps how things have been approached or how you have been approaching things in the past. I really feel like there is some sort of relationship that's either on the horizon, or maybe perhaps, you know, there's a particular person that you're thinking of, or you're in a relationship and it wants to evolve, it wants to advance, but there needs to be a change within how it's approached. There needs to be that flexibility coming through here. Look at this. Okay, can't make this up, guys. We got the marriage with the 10 of Cups, right? A happy marriage. I truly feel like this is happening. And again, this could have to do, you know, with somebody within your life right now. The cards that we've got coming through at the moment, we've got water signs, so the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've also got some air signs, so Aries, Gemini, Libra. We've got another air sign coming through with this King of Swords. The King of Swords, you know, he really takes, so it talks about intelligence, impartial, respected, with that courthouse, okay? Some of you might be dealing with some sort of legal battles, all right? And again, that's going to be just for some of you. It's not going to relate to everybody. Some of you might be dealing with some sort of legal battles that are coming through here. And again, how do you handle it? You handle it maturely, okay? Handle it honestly. Handle it in a way that is going to have, you know, the King of Swords, he doesn't lie. He's very respected, right? We had that Seven of Swords coming in earlier before. And again, you know, this really talks about being honest with yourself, but also being honest with others. All right. But what I'm also getting here is, again, you know, take your time. Take your time, especially if this is involving a relationship that you're trying to bring towards a marriage of some sort, or going towards a marriage, or having that happy ending. It's like your angels and guides are helping you, but you have to be in that place of accepting it, right? We have renewal. So this is a Judgment card. And it talks about reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Clarity on your life purpose, and in your heart, you know what to do. So I do feel that a lot of you already know that, you know, the path that you're supposed to take. And it's not, you know, to be acting. It's interesting because we have this King of Swords. We've also got this mature man coming through, right? And I mean, that's what the King of Swords represents. He represents that mature man. We've also got this renewal coming in. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to be male. Okay. This is just a masculine energy, basically saying, you know, this is what it's representing. All right. But we have this renewal card, right? And when this renewal is coming in, you know, it's coming from the heart. It's being honest. It's being true to yourself. And that's exactly what these are representing. So again, I feel like something is trying to, you know, present itself, or someone is trying to present themselves. All right. It even could be this person coming through, this mature man. Could be an air sign, all right? Even could be a water sign. Signs, you know, don't really matter. Just take them as they resonate, right? But I feel like somebody mature is going to be coming towards you. But are you in that place to accept them? Okay? Because a mature man isn't going to accept somebody who's repeating cycles or repeating old patterns, and it doesn't need to be a man, it can be a woman. Again, you know, gender doesn't matter. But you have to be in that place. You have to be in that place of your own maturity to be able to accept it. You don't want to be in that place where you're repeating patterns. And I apologize for the noise outside. They just started doing some sort of work out there. But all right, so let's get a closing message from Spirit and see what's coming through. Closing message from Spirit for Taurus. Bring it into form. Bring it into form. Go that distance. Bring it into form. What is it that you're desiring? What is it that you're wanting? What is it that you want, you know, to bring forward, right? Really concentrate on it. Really place your focus in on it. And again, do it in a way that is going to be the best for you, or the best for the situation. Every journey starts with a single step. And I absolutely love it. And I feel like this has to do with removing old patterns and taking a look at things in a different light, in a different perspective, all right? And allowing yourself to take that step forward to bring that abundance that you're seeking into your life. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. Have an amazing week. Many blessings. And if you would like a personal reading, please contact me at oracleintuitions.com. Please subscribe to the channel. Press like. Comment below if this resonated with you. Have an amazing week and take care. Many blessings.